Two flagship phones, two massive followings. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra versus iPhone 15 Plus. Which one really delivers? On the left, the feature-packed powerhouse Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and on the right, the sleek, reliable iPhone 15 Plus. Let's skip the buzzwords and get to the real stuff. Each category earns points, and at the end, you'll see exactly who comes out on top. The result might not be what you expect. Okay, first, let's lay it all out. We're going to compare these beasts on 7 categories, right? Display, performance, battery life, camera, design and build, connectivity and extra features, and, of course, value for money. So think of this as your tech roadmap for 2025. All right, kicking it off with display. So, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Oh man, this thing is basically ridiculous. You get a 6.8-inch screen, super sharp, 120 Hz, that's buttery smooth. Max brightness cranks up to 2600 nits, which is kind of insane if you think about it. Tiny punch hole camera, and the S Pen support is still here. Downsides? If you're using it at lower brightness, sometimes it's just a little bit grainy, and colors are a bit muted out of the box, but they've actually improved that with updates. Now, iPhone 15 Plus. Honestly, it's solid. 6.7-inch display, a little bit smaller, nice and bright at 1636 nits. In fact, if you look at it side by side, it's got like 14% more brightness than the S24 Ultra most of the time. Plus, Dolby Vision and Dynamic Island make it feel kind of futuristic. And of course, Face ID is right there. But there's some trade-offs. The refresh rate is stuck at 60 Hz, so it ain't as snappy. The notch is still big, and the screen's just a bit smaller overall. Overall, though, the S24 Ultra just, flexes harder. Winner here, Samsung. Next, performance. Okay, S24 Ultra, just wild. It scored 37% higher in Antutu benchmarks. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 here with 8 cores, and you get 12 GB RAM standard, which is literally double the iPhone. So, multitasking, not a problem. That much power does mean you might burn a bit more battery, but still. Now, iPhone 15 Plus, it's not a slouch. The A16 Bionic chip is a beast for single-core stuff, actually edging out Samsung by 15% in Geekbench single-core tests. It's got killer efficiency, and honestly, everything feels super smooth considering the 60 Hz display. But it just doesn't keep up when you push things hard, and only 6 GB of RAM means, heavy multitasking could struggle. So, in terms of raw power, Samsung's got this one. Battery life. Now, this is interesting. Samsung packs fast charging, 45 watts. So if you're always on the move, that's clutch. And the battery size is good for such a big phone. But reality check, battery life is around 26.5 hours. That's great, but get this. The iPhone 15 Plus will keep chugging for 29 hours and 51 minutes. That's like 13% longer. So you can kind of forget to charge overnight and still be fine. Part of this magic is the super efficient A16 chip. The downside? Charging is slower, 20 watts max, so don't expect lightning recharge speed. Still, if you're about endurance, iPhone 15 Plus wins here. Oh, and here's something cool. Did you know the Galaxy S24 Ultra actually comes with its S Pen stylus built in? Meanwhile, with iPhone 15 Plus, if you want to doodle or take notes, you're going to need to buy the Apple Pencil separately. Just a little quirk that most people totally forget. Let's talk camera. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra is basically ridiculous at zoom. It's got 5x optical zoom, unique in this segment. Even the 10x digital zoom videos look way better than what iPhone can do. So if you take a lot of zoom shots or videos, it's a game changer. Now, let's be fair. Standard photo quality is honestly neck and neck with the iPhone 15 Plus. But iPhone's strength is rock-solid photo and video quality across the board. Less fancy tricks, more reliability. But iPhone maxes out at 2x optical, so for zoom, it's honestly outclassed. Over here, Samsung pulls ahead. Design and build. This one is always a bit subjective, right? Samsung has that rectangular, boxy thing with right angles. Kind of looks serious and businessy. Plus, S Pen is tucked right in, which is just cool. And the matte finish keeps fingerprints at bay. Oh, and it's got a titanium frame. But this phone is hefty. 232 grams. That's like 31 grams heavier than the iPhone. Feels pretty big and chunky in your pocket, too. Now, iPhone 15 Plus feels a lot more refined. It's lighter, much more comfortable to hold. Those rounded corners make a massive difference. And honestly, the design's been iconic forever. Plus, with the titanium frame, its water resistance actually beats Samsung. 6 meters versus just 1.5 meters. Only gripe? Big camera island. And it's a bit of a fingerprint magnet. So, for comfort, weight, and just vibe, iPhone takes this round. Next up, connectivity and features. Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, no joke, is future-proof. Wi-Fi 7? Yep. In-display fingerprint scanner, so you can unlock however you want. USB Type-C, which finally matches the iPhone. And that solid IP68 water resistance. Downside being the water rating isn't as high as iPhone, though. iPhone 15 Plus does have Face ID, and it is slick, especially if you're deep in the Apple ecosystem. USB-C's finally here. Water resistance, better than Samsung, if that matters, but still rocking the older Wi-Fi standard, and no fingerprint scanner. On overall techness, Samsung just gives more options. So, S24 Ultra takes it. Okay, very last, value for money. Samsung gives you more RAM, more storage variants, faster charging, and S Pen baked in. But, gotta be honest, these perks come with a premium price tag, and the battery life isn't quite as good. On the flip side, iPhone 15 Plus really nails battery life, is lighter, always has killer resale value, and if you're chained to the Apple ecosystem, there's a lot of bonuses. You do get slower charging and less RAM, but the overall package, you just feel like you're getting more for less. So iPhone wins the value round. Now, just to make it crystal clear, here's how these two flagships stack up across all 7 categories, from that gorgeous display to value for your cash. You can really see where Samsung flexes and where iPhone quietly shines. So, bottom line, if you're chasing ultimate performance, killer zoom on the camera, top speed charging, and you want to scribble notes or sketch on the fly, Galaxy S24 Ultra is basically built for you. But if battery life, featherweight design, that sweet Apple ecosystem, and extra secure water protection are your jam, iPhone 15 Plus just makes more sense. Honestly, it all comes down to what you vibe with. If this video helped you figure out which one's for you, do me a solid. Share it so more folks can make the right call.